Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech. This is where we try to blend some casual chat with, digging into the latest in tech and gadgets.
Yep. Keeping it insightful, but hopefully entertaining too.
Exactly. So today we've got kind of a mixed bag. Some whispers about the next iPhone getting pricier.
Mm-hmm.
This really weird, worrying TikTok trend with kids and Chromebooks.
Yeah, I saw that. Concerning.
Right. And then a potential shakeup between Microsoft and OpenAI. Big stuff.
Definitely a lot to unpack there. Consumer tech, online trends, AI giants. It covers a lot of ground.
So grab your digital fork, I guess. Let's dig in. Where should we start? That iPhone rumor.
Yeah, let's start there. So the Wall Street Journal is reporting a potential price hike for the iPhone 17.
Okay, not exactly shocking news these days, but what's the spin?
Well, Apple's line apparently is new features and design changes.
Ah, the classic justification.
Right. But what's interesting is what they're not really highlighting. That 20% tariff on smartphones assembled in China. The one left over from the Trump administration. It's still in effect.
Huh. So they're kind of sidestepping that, suggesting it's all about innovation.
Seems that way. I mean, it makes you wonder what the real calculation is behind the scenes. It's probably a mix, isn't it?
Probably. It feels a bit like, when your favorite coffee shop raises prices after putting up some new wallpaper. They say ambiance, but maybe coffee beans just got more expensive.
Exactly. That tariff is a real cost factor. To imply it plays no role feels, well, a little optimistic, let's say.
So you're paying for R&D, sure, but maybe also for navigating global trade stuff.
Precisely. And it raises that bigger question, doesn't it? How transparent are tech companies about pricing? Apple has huge brand loyalty. People will pay.
But is there a limit? If it keeps going up, does new features always cover it?
That's the million-dollar or maybe billion-dollar question for them. We'll see how consumers react if this becomes a pattern.
Okay, shifting gears dramatically. From premium phones to kids intentionally breaking school property. This Chromebook challenge on TikTok.
Yeah, this one's pretty bizarre and, frankly, dangerous.
So kids are using, paper clips and stuff to short out their school Chromebooks? To make them smoke or catch fire?
That's the report, using everyday items, yeah. Paper clips, gum wrappers, trying to cause damage, apparently for clicks or views or whatever.
Now, for online attention, it seems so incredibly reckless.
It really does. It's sort of a disturbing look at how these online trends can spill into the real world with serious consequences. Chasing clout over common sense.
And it's not just damaged laptops, right? I read there have been actual fires, evacuations.
Yeah, and at least one report mentioned a hospital visit, so it's definitely not harmless fun.
No kidding. School districts must be losing their minds.
Understandably. They're sending out urgent warnings to parents, threatening disciplinary action, even legal consequences, which, seems necessary given the risks.
Absolutely. Think about the cost, first of all, replacing all those devices. Schools aren't exactly swimming in cash.
Right. And beyond the cost, it disrupts learning, creates safety hazards. It's a mess.
Makes you think about platform responsibility, too, doesn't it? Should TikTok be doing more about trends like this?
That's a whole other complicated discussion, but where does platform responsibility begin and end when it comes to moderating content that encourages harmful real-world actions and stuff?
Definitely. Okay, let's move from chaotic destruction to maybe more calculated strategy. Microsoft and OpenAI.
Yes, the AI power couple.
Word from the Financial Times is they're in some tough talks.
Right.
Renegotiating their big partnership.
Yeah, this is potentially huge. Sounds like they're trying to reshape the entire foundation of their relationship.
What's driving it, do we think?
Well, think about how much things have changed. Microsoft poured, $13 billion into OpenAI? Gave them crucial infrastructure backing.
Right. They were the essential fuel early on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now, OpenAI is, the name in generative AI, maybe eyeing an IPO.
Yeah.
They seem to want a bit more control, maybe a different structure.
So potentially outgrowing the original deal, looking for more independence.
That seems to be part of it. The talks are reportedly about Microsoft's stake in OpenAI's new for-profit structure, and crucially, about access to OpenAI's tech beyond 2030 when the current deal supposedly ends.
Okay. So Microsoft wants long-term guarantees on getting that AI magic.
Makes sense, right. They've integrated OpenAI tech deeply into their products. They need that pipeline.
OpenAI, what are they pushing for?
Well, they're restructuring into this public benefit corporation, still controlled by the nonprofit parent. That gives them a unique structure. And reports suggest they want to reduce Microsoft's share of the revenues significantly by 2030. like down from maybe 25% to around 10%.
Wow, that's a big shift after a $13 billion investment. Bold.
It is bold. But if you're OpenAI and planning an IPO, maybe having less revenue tied up with one partner looks better to potential investors. It gives them more flexibility.
So Microsoft might trade some equity, maybe a smaller future revenue share, in exchange for guaranteed long-term access to the core AI tech.
That could be the trade-off, yeah. It highlights the interdependency, doesn't it? Microsoft needs OpenAI's AI innovation to compete.
And OpenAI, even with all its success, still relies heavily on Microsoft's cloud infrastructure, their Azure platform.
Absolutely. Neither can easily walk away. Yeah, it's a complex negotiation, but the outcome could really influence the direction of AI development for years.
So, for you listening, what's the takeaway from all this?
Well, it really shows how interconnected everything is, I think. Global trade impacting your iPhone price.
Social media trends having real, sometimes dangerous offline effects.
And these massive tech partnerships constantly evolving as power dynamics shift, especially in a field moving as fast as AI.
It makes you think about the future of AI, right? Will it be dominated by these huge players working together, or will we see more fragmentation, more independent companies rising?
That's the big question. Watching how this Microsoft OpenAI situation unfolds might give us some clues. It's definitely something worth keeping an eye on.
For sure. Lots to chew on there. Thanks for diving into all this with me.
Always interesting stuff happening in tech.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in to Bite-Sized Tech. We hope you found our little deep dive useful, maybe even a bit fun.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed it.
If you did, please do like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the drill. It helps us out. We'll catch you next time with more Tech Talk.